The 4-1 profile, an opportunist investigator. Your personality consciousness has a process of externalization, whereas the design unconscious has a process of introspection. Combined, this makes you the only profile that is in juxtaposition. That means fixed fate. When you have this profile, it indicates that you're born with a fixed fate to fulfill through your life's process. That means that the quality of your movement is not designed to be altered. You're following your own specific path. It's fixed, and nothing should deter you from this. You actually marry the right angle or bridge the right angle with the transpersonal karma, the left angle. So, kind of like a bridge between personal destiny people and the transpersonal karma people. You may encounter friends upon which you are able to externalize the solid foundation of information or influence. Investing your time and energy and opportunities through the relational dynamics with the right people is what is absolutely key and critical for you. Consciously, your behavioral identity is that of an opportunist. Your projected attitude is that of the abdicator. Your limited perspective and remembering is about people fatigue. Your aspired to role is aloneness as a medium of creativity. Your bonding strategy is about being a confidant or not. Your security strategy is about being a benefactor or dependent. Your emotional resonance vacillates between kindness and meanness, and your awareness resonance is that of corruption or not. Unconsciously, your nature is that of behavioral modesty. Your type is that of authoritative leadership. Your memory is about empathy. Your direction is about creativity. Your sexuality vacillates between pursuer and pursued. Your humanity is about being a self-provider or a coveter. Your wave resonance vacillates between weakness and strength, just like your frequency resonance vacillating between weakness and strength. As an opportunist investigator, it is important to remember there's always a fixedness or a rigidity when it comes to the way in which you operate. Your personality, fourth line, is the foundation of the upper trigram. It is about the transpersonal. Your fourth line mind has an ability to easily interact with others. It is incredibly influential. This transpersonal quality is a direct result of recognizing that fulfillment lies in the network through interaction. You, with your upper trigram line, kind of like the upper octave in music, harmonizes with your counterparts down below. And so this is one of those harmonic profiles where innocence is the frequency of your motivational compatibility with what's right for you. And underneath this investigator line is the archetypal teacher quality. Your fourth line mind is in harmony with your first line body and its introspective nature. As a result, this fourth line is linked with the first line at the unconscious level. And inherently, it's incredibly rigid. And that means it can be unstable, so fixed that it can potentially break. Because a 4-1 is neither this nor that, not truly lower trigram in the sense that you're only self-involved, nor are you truly transpersonal. You're just deeply fixed. Not very statistically plentiful when it comes to the general population. So your fixedness, your rigidity with this first line body, you're going to investigate, and it's very important that you secure a solid foundation. You have to look into things, do your research, do the detail work. This is an unconscious investigative theme that you're open to being taught because you're someone who can learn the rudiments of any job, whatever that case may be. And then because archetypally you can be a teacher at the body level, you're correctly limited and built for externalizing that solid foundation. And the fourth line skills are about investment when it comes to the opportunity coming through those that you know. It is about your opportunities being based on who you know. So it's all about who you know. When you develop a network, you've got to be able to invest your time, energy, money in the right people so that you can service that work, that network, and have your influence grow through each and every opportunity that you take on correctly. And as a fourth line mind being, it's important that you recognize you networking with the right people is making an investment in them. And at some point, this is the most difficult thing for you to face, that you have to learn to recognize when someone you've been making an investment in is actually never going to return on that investment. So archetypally speaking, as an example, what happens is you're never really going to get back your investment on that opportunity because the person that you trained goes off and takes advantage of your kindness and builds their own company in direct competition with what you have to offer. So this can't be a mental decision. You have to come from your place of authority. Otherwise, you cannot recognize the right opportunity when it comes to you. So what happens in business is that it brings this ability to recognize who you should invest in, where you should place your resources, your time, your attention, so that your business influence and possibility is there as a potential to be aware of. In your work of transmitting the true essence of the hexagram, that's what the essential nature is of the first line body. When you look around the mandala wheel at all of the hexagrams, the element of the essence of that hexagram lies within the first line. So, through your ability to interact with others, as a fourth line mind, you can maybe remember visualizing the first 1, 2, and 3 lower trigram as the foundation, research and development, and the upper trigram, 4, 5, and 6, as kind of human resources and marketing and exemplifying. What happens is that the 4-1 profile that you have brings this fixed base upon which human resources and marketing can be developed, building solid foundations of networks. This is how you fulfill your life's purpose. Very different than the 1-4 that we saw before. You as a 4-1 may be a mirror in harmony, as in you're both harmonic, but your manifestation of your life process is very different. Because what happens is your fourth line personality may waver, but your unconscious design is the authoritarian, unmoved. So what happens is your abdication is transformed into social techniques, as in abdication of anything that's not right for you is absolutely how you protect this mechanism in order to build that solid foundation through your investigation. Given enough social pressure, what happens to you is if you are pressurized, you may bend with the flow. However, once you're left alone, you're going to return to your fixed perspective of your solid foundation. You as a being are here to have this singular geometry. Remember fixed fate? So one tract is another way we can put it. Remember, all of us are individuals moving, spiraling through space and time. So the nature of how our individual movement is choreographed into the great dance of the totality of existence, this magnificent tapestry, is organized and separated into three distinct geometries: destiny, fate, and karma. So in common terms, destiny is about personal involvement, whereas the geometry is inward oriented, about your own personal process or focus. Now, karma, in terms of human design, it's a transpersonal geometry determined with and by the other, where we are here with the karma to fulfill past life karma or to clean up karma with others, specific others. Both destiny and karma have many different variations upon these themes, but it's only through you, the 4-1 profile, that we see the manifestation of a singular or a single variation of a fixed fate. This is the opportunistic personality, where you're waiting for the chance to look inward, always investigating, always checking the solid foundation, always checking the foundation. Is it solid? Is it something to invest one's time, energy, and money into? And then with your 4th line personality, your ability to commune with others to establish that foundation and externalize it out into the world. Because you as a 4-1 are deeply fixed, you're the only profile that can truly be broken. Like Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again once it fell. The secret to the psychic survival of a 4-1, your profile, is to enter into healthy relationships. Because you can only enter into a relationship correctly when you honor your mechanics, following your strategy of waiting to respond as a generator, or of informing in order to impact as a manifester, or of recognizing and waiting to be recognized in return as a projector, waiting for that formal investment into you as an advisor who can guide. And further still, for the reflector, waiting to be initiated by life. And further still, for clarity through one's lunar cyclical process. You can only enter these things correctly in order for you to fulfill your life, all the people and all the benefits, with all the strengths of your fixedness and your social interaction, your conviction of being you for yourself or for others or for your impact or for your reflections is something quite impressive to see. When you look inward to make sure that the foundation is correct, and then enter into the right relational dynamics, partnerships, friendships, you can be fulfilled in your ability to externalize and to self-realize the fundamental nature of your opportunistic truth of investigation. Because you have this opportunity, you're ready to accept that perhaps this being or someone or something is right for you. You have to do something about it, but only through your authoritative principle, to discover the single-mindedness or the single-pointedness of the solid foundation of your externalization of fixed fate in order for that juxtaposition to be correct. You cannot and will not bend, for if you bend, you may break. Your archetypal nature is one of purposeful, as in investigative, friendship. Your friendliness has a deep, unconscious empathy for the other, But when it comes to your relational dynamic, it may be that you have incredible people fatigue when it comes to the actual relationships themselves, because you're always under pressure to conform to others, but you really can't. This is your role of aloneness as a medium of creativity, holding fast to your own way despite the conditioning forces of the day. Your most powerful conditioning forces are invariably those people that are close to you. Your business partners, your friends, your family, and especially, of course, your lovers. Because your bonding strategy is to be one of confidant or not in your pursuer-pursued role. So it is the keynote of friendship that is a prerequisite for any intimacy with you, ensuring that you have a solid foundation of friendship when it comes to being the pursuer or being pursued. Remember that friendship holds the key. It holds the confidentiality. The very fixedness of you as a 4-1 may preclude successful bonding if you are not your own authority. Unfortunately, remember the potential to break. You do found your opportunities through those that you know. Remember to hold fast in steadfast alignment to the truth of your individual nature, your investigative capability, the quality of friendships, this journey outward into the world from the solid foundation of what one has found. Maybe you had a covetous dependency when you were shielded in your youth, to learn how to be a self-provider and a potential for being a benefactor of others, to have this great opportunity through those that you know. When you look forward into the world, when you look at the harsh reality of what it is to be sovereign in one's own authority, you know that your success, satisfaction, peace, surprise relies upon friendship. The friendship brings the influence. It is your necessary armor and the basis of whatever education, that solid foundation of information, is part and parcel of the process of developing your opportunistic influence in the world. At the unconscious level, what is right for you as an opportunistic person is to be acutely aware of your unconscious strengths and weaknesses in yourself and in others. It's the foundation of your security and purpose. You may smell weakness. And what can happen as an opportunist is that you may take full advantage of other people's weakness, going in for the kill, so to speak. So remember, your fixedness at the heart of your consciousness is the recognition of the inherent corruptibility of all things. In practice, what you learn is to fight your way through, no matter the difficulty, no matter the challenges. There is this potentiality to close out that personal destiny realm and to come to face with your own truth. No matter what it takes, you learn the tricks of the trade, so to speak, to investigate and find that solidarity, that solidity of your foundational purpose. Like the fixed train tracks moving in a direction, remaining steadfast, it is the power of your fixed fate. Never giving up, never giving in. With this profile, your world is explored and discovered through the process of your investigative nature as an opportunist, standing in truth, to be your own authority, to be the bridge between the personal and the transpersonal processes. Namaste.